These first few slides should actually show where my work was before I started reflecting on it for this particular project with the students. It was traditional portraiture, but I decided to completely change the way I was looking at the portrait and stuff like that. I just decided to use the students to work with me on this.
Yes.
What is Facebook?
Social networking, right?
What is a portrait?
The picture that you use, like your profile picture.
I did a series
Use
of
4 words
interviews
to
with the
describe
students,
yourself.
asking them simple questions about what was Facebook in their
organised,
minds,
fun,
what was a portrait to them,
outgoing.
and we used 4 words to describe ourselves, that we were kind of going to be the titles for
Sporty.
each of our pieces
Right.
and pictures.
Is that how others see you? Yes or no?
I hope so.
This piece here then was a video wall I put together using all of the videos from the interviews. I kind of was creating a Facebook wall, a portrait wall with videos and stuff like that from the interviews. I kept the format of like smaller pictures down the side, one large main picture, kind of like you'd have on your profile page. This is sped up now just for this presentation for college. The slowed down version is on my blog. These are some of the portraits that were given back to me from the students of various success. I mean, each one has its own characteristics and things that I like about them. But again, you're dealing with students of different abilities and different interests. Again, like I said, some are more successful than others, and some are quite inspiring for my own work going forward, as they decided to kind of paint outside the lines and introduce foreign objects and stuff like that, newspapers, etc., into their work. After that, then I brought the students up to my studio, and they had to look at how I was getting on with the project.
Yes or no? Do you use Facebook?
Yeah.
What is Facebook?
A website, a social website. Yeah.
What is a portrait?
Portrait. An image of your face.
Use 4 words to describe yourself.
After several attempts with different programs, I ended up using Avid. This has belonged to one of the producers at work, and I managed to get to grips with the extreme learning curve to put this together. I can't explain how many hours went into getting this together. I kept the voice of one student over it. He's there in the bottom left-hand corner in this smaller picture. I really thought his answers were quite honest and interesting, as you put it.
Anything.
I used his answers for the background for all of this.
I'm interesting.
Okay. And yes or no? Is that how others see you?
And no.
Okay. Thank you.
Fresh off the back of this, then I decided to do a video wall again of my artworks to date for the MA. Again, it has the videos of them as they were being produced and that kind of animation effect, and I was able to put them together in the portraits in the way I wanted them to be seen in these little side-by-side stills. The eager eye behind it is kind of a way of me showing the reflective process of looking back at the work I've done. Also, it has that kind of strange, almost like voyeuristic look of the eye trying to see something inside, almost like peeping through a keyhole. But again, is reflective of this whole looking at somebody's information, images, etc. on Facebook, so I like it. This is sped up for this report. The slower version is on my blog as well. Here's the stages of a more recent painting I'm working on of my brother to go with this collection for the Facebook portraits. And next is the video portrait I did of myself. Now this is really stepping outside the boundaries for me. And again, this is sped up for the report. I looked at my life, my work as an artist, my work as a teacher, and I decided to do almost like the artist teacher researcher kind of idea. I did my life, my work as an artist, and my work as a teacher, and I put them together in this kind of video portrait of myself. Now they're sections that kind of marry into each other, or where one part of my life, is completely emerged into the other parts. It's very hard to separate one from the other. This reminds me of the work done by Marina Abramovich and The Artist is Present. Thanks to Kira for that on the course. I wouldn't have found it otherwise. I'm also reminded of the Cecily Brennan videos I was looking at earlier on in my reviews and stuff as part of the course. Despite this being nowhere near as accomplished as her work, I'm not even sure if this is actually art or not, or whether it is a kind of this is your life kind of exercise. But I think it's a step in the right direction for me somewhere. As to where, only time will tell. The whole module became a reflective process for me. I set down guidelines for a class, a scheme of work that I wanted to do, and when I started to analyse it, it just became so big that the original goals were unrealistic, not even appropriate for what this ended up becoming. It was an absolute joy and a pain in the ass to do this at the same time, and I kicked to my idea of how I should be moving forward with my students as an artist, etc. However, both I and the students really enjoyed doing this project. Now, I would really like to take this forward, and perhaps a natural transition is to do something with video next year with the students, video portraits of themselves. Maybe even pushing it again and going completely away from 2D and going to sculpture, although that might take out the whole Facebook imagery element to it, but we'll have to see how it goes. Hope you enjoyed the presentation, and thanks for letting me have so much of your time. Bye now.